So this is going to be a skill menu test. Here I'm in room 0 over here. Made a little skills button that takes you to the GUI. Not quite centered, but the style of it kind of like a little kind of curve the edges for everything, make it look kind of sci-fi. But if you each one of these are buttons, and if you hover over them, it highlights it. Highlights the exit button, the OK button, and you click, gives a nice little indicator that they're being clicked on. And the idea is going to be you'll get your skill points through here, which you'll buy at the home planet, and you'll either left click to put a skill point in there, or you'll right click to take one of the skill points out if you're not confirmed, and it'll let you adjust the way you want it before you can actually commit to it with the confirm button. But once they're in there, they stay in there. So it's one of those things, and each one has their own special thing. Each NPC character is going to have a special bonuses with each of these skills. For instance, the engineer, he does computers. Soldier guy does accuracy. Probably the Klingon, the half Klingon ally will probably be good with strength because he's just going to be bigger. Scientist does research. Doctor does healing. Mechanic repairs. Speed, the kid might actually have speed. The kid character probably going to be the fastest, and then the shepherd book is going to have good faith, which faith I think is going to work like luck, in which it affects all the other skills in some way. Like the more faith you have, the better chance you have of succeeding at stuff, I guess. I don't know, but each one's going to be range from 0 to 10. 0, you can't do the skill at all, and 10, you have an extremely good chance of doing it. I think the skill rolls are going to be on a 12 number system, 0 through 11. The lower the number, the better. But yeah, so you're going to want to raise that skill. And then the skill points will be over here, like I said. They'll divvy up, and the skill points will be collective, or it'll be a skill pool, more or less. I might actually change that to skill pool just to avoid confusion. And so all the characters will draw from that skill pool. So you go to the main base, buy some skill points, which are going to be expensive, upgrade your shit over here, and then there's going to be another thing, which will probably be each character is going to get a special weapon that you can upgrade, and they'll do different stuff. The soldier has, the big assault rifle looking thing that does all the damage. You're going to have probably just like a standard blaster. Like the main character is going to be very, very kind of middle of the road, just kind of, I don't know, average shit. So he's probably just going to have a little hand blasty gun. And then of course you can exit with this, and it's if you do that, that pauses the game, but when you go into the menu, it pauses the stuff around it, which is really just AGS feature, which is nice. I like that they have a lot of features to work into this. And then, what else? So with the skills, so with computers, I mean, that's self-explanatory. Any electronic stuff, if you use them, this will determine your success in getting some stuff out of it. Accuracy is for shooting. Strength is for melee combat. In case one of the bad guys doesn't have a gun, they want to come after you, you gotta match them in strength. Research, I'm not entirely sure what that's gonna do. Maybe you'll be able to capture like aliens and stuff, and it'll be kind of an XCOM thing where you can do autopsies and figure out some weaknesses on them or something like that. I don't know. It'll probably actually be more towards getting, crafting new items or some shit like that, like getting better medicine or sciencey stuff. In fact, that might change to science. And it's I also noticed this as I was making it. There was strength was on top and computers was here, but they all kind of funneled down to smaller and smaller text. So I just kind of swapped those out. Not really an interesting note. I just thought it was kind of funny on my end. Where was I? Healing's for the doctor. Clearly meant towards getting your life back and not dying in the field. Repair is good for finding broken items to repair them and hopefully get some good shit out of it. And then speed is based on initiative. Each battle, I'm going to try and get multiple bad guys to match your multiple allies, and then just kind of have this big initiative roll per battle, and seeing what that can be done. Then I already mentioned Faith, so but then you exit, they keep walking, blah blah blah. It's just a GUI. So I don't have numbers in there yet, if you didn't notice that. No numbers. They're going to be in the little boxes here. I'm going to add them tomorrow. I'm not going to change the font though, so it's going to be like each number is going to be bulging out of each of these boxes because the font's too big for these. But yeah, I'll add all the variables because I got to add a variable for each of the skills here. And I have to add an actual kind of a different skill set that shows how many points are being put into there to recognize. And then you also have to add the skill point thing, how much that's actually. I guess it'd just be a variable on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. And then yeah, so just about 17 variables, maybe about 18 variables, at least. Hopefully that should be good. Probably about 19 or 20 variables. But that's just it's late right now. I'll fucking do that tomorrow once I wake up. And then once this is functional, maybe afterwards we might be able to put them to the test. This is all still just the test room, as you can see, with this shoddy green basic color stuff. And even, well, hell, you saw the event room in the other videos where it's just event room. Like, it's some shoddy stuff. I might not change these until the actual thing, until I start actually making the game, and just kind of make silly shit happen in event rooms, but mainly focus on the battle stuff here after I get the skill system into place. Maybe design some Klingon characters. I could design some of those. And God, what was I? So the name of the name of the Klingon guys are probably going to be the Kalatuar, which is just, I don't know where I thought up that name, but I had it written down at one point. Couldn't figure out why I had done that until I started making this game again, and I was like, oh yeah, that was going to be the name of the brutish alien race. So that'll be fun. I don't know why I'm going to the end. It's just something I like to do. I just like the idea of this being designed, keeping track of the how many rooms there are. I bumped up the room number a little bit to have a little more variety. I'm thinking later I need to start programming a bigger idea in which you'll have multiple event rooms depending on the size of the place that you are rummaging through. It's just a matter of figuring that out. I gotta split up the event rooms, because if right now the first event room just counts how many rooms there are, and then rolls that as the number. So in this case, 7 was the maximum amount of rooms, so it rolls 7. It rolls 0 through 7. If it rolls a 0, it re-rolls. If it rolls a 7, it re-rolls. I think that's right. No, if it rolls a 0, it just adds 1, and if it rolls a 7, it subtracts 1. Basically, if it gets the minimum or maximum, it just adds, it goes up or down. And that prevents it from going into room 0 or going into the boss room. And by it, I mean the event room. It prevents the event room from being in room 0, which I always want to be a corridor. And then it also prevents the boss room from also being an event room, which might actually just crash the game. I don't know. See here, it changes up. So anyway, that's I think that's it for this one. Just going over this, getting all the buttons featured, which just requires 2 different colors of the same text that I just drew out in Paint, because these are all separate buttons that I had to pull away and just draw the sprites from. But it's, one's yellow, one's white, so it just kind of overlaps and looks like you're highlighting it, which is cool. And then when you click it, all these are just features that come with AGS to allow you to make some buttons and have little an option to highlight over it and an option to click it. All be different stuff. I just made the click and the regular font be the same thing, so it just gives this very, very clear indicator that you're you're clicking it, you have it highlighted and ready, and you're clicking it. So I thought that was nice. And then, yeah, confirm button and the X button are the same way. So that's it for this one. Well, I'll probably post another one of these after I wake up. So, goodbye.